Working capital. How much working capital do you need to keep on hand in order to run a cleaning business? We're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by housecleaning360.com. Now, if you are a house cleaner or a home service provider of some sort, let's say that you come to the house and you deliver groceries, for example, or you deliver dry cleaning, or maybe you do pet sitting, or maybe you even do babysitting, this is a place for you. You want to run over there and list your business. So when people are looking for service providers for their home, it's a 360 view of the home. They will find you. Housecleaning360.com. Now, today's question is about working capital and how much you need for your business.
Hello, my name is Carl, and I was wondering how much capital does it take to start a home cleaning business and to be successful? How much capital do I need to keep on hand at all times? Thank you.
All right, that is an excellent question. Now, the important thing about having working capital is knowing how much money you need in order to run your business. One of the very first exercises that we do when someone is starting a house cleaning business is we have them sit down and figure out how much all of their bills cost on a monthly basis. This would be your electrical bill and your water bill and your power bill, maybe your heating and air conditioning and your grocery bill. It's going to be the cost of your mortgage or your rent, and then your property tax and your insurance and your life insurance. And if you have kids going to school, the cost of the monthly payments for school. If you have medical bills that you're paying off, how much does that cost every month? Because the working capital that you're going to need is going to vary from person to person based on the bills that you have. Now, next, after you know what your monthly note is, then you have to determine how much it costs you to run your business. So if you have 50 houses that you're cleaning, your operating expense is going to be higher than if you only have 10. You're going to be going through a lot more cleaning supplies and a lot more solutions, and so it's going to require a lot more money. So it's going to be based on how much money do you need to survive. Then you have to get the accounts to figure out how many accounts you need to pay that bill. Then you have to figure out how much it costs you in order to maintain that number of houses. And so the operating capital, and my suggestion would be keep at least 3 to 6 months of a storage just in your bank account in case something happens or you have cancellations or something falls through the cracks. You still have enough operating capital to keep your business afloat. Now, one of the glories of the house cleaning business is this. When someone cancels, all of your money does not go away, okay? Only one of your accounts went away. So you can easily take someone from a waiting list and plug them into that slot at that price or a similar price and still maintain your regular amount of money that you have coming in order to pay your bills. So it is going to take a little bit of troubleshooting as you get started in the business to figure out how much it's going to cost. Now, there are lots of people that make fun of me because I really encourage new startup house cleaning business owners to go as inexpensively as possible into the business. And here's the reason why. If you jump into the business and you spend thousands of dollars getting your car wrapped and having fancy advertising and great big banner ads, and you're doing all kinds of Vistaprint flyers and 4-color stuff, what you're talking about is a lot of expense that you have not recouped the costs on yet. Yes, it makes your business look more professional, but that can grow as you grow. As you're starting out in business, you don't need embroidered shirts. You don't need fancy uniforms. You don't need your car wrapped. You don't need fancy brand name, multi-level marketing products that are locking you in at a certain rate per month. You can use very inexpensive supplies and still do a very excellent job. So in order to get started, go in at the very bare minimum so that you can figure out what your costs are. And then as you expand and you add fancy products, or you decide you're going to wrap your car or pay for big advertising or whatever, that you're able to absorb those costs with the incoming money that you already have. I don't want you to put stuff on credit cards, and I don't want you to go into debt in order to start a house cleaning business. So the operating capital that you need is going to be based on your bills and based on how many accounts you have and the supplies you have chosen to use, if that makes any sense. Alrighty, that's my 2 cents for today, and until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.